company. They're owned by two queer unicorns. They've been here in Toronto for 5 years. And if this little one folds out,
I love
what
this.
do you think? What do you think happens there? And that can be done up, and that is you ain't getting out of those.
Yeah, that's
you ain't getting out of those.
Can I play?
Of course, yes, here you are. And they do all kinds of leather goods. They have so many different leathers right now. Like these metallics are beautiful. They have a gunmetal leather. It's fantastic. They are a body positive brand. So they make these in a wide variety of sizes as well as all the other products that they do. They do a lot of different harnesses and fashion pieces and whatnot. And they'll either be super customizable or they've just got so many different sizes. And lastly, they're also into custom work too. So if something doesn't fit you, they'll make it in your size. And they also are totally into doing like creative collaborations as well. As the name goes, unicorn collaborators. So you can DM them for inquiries if you're interested. Follow them on Instagram at unicorn collaborators. Same thing on Twitter. You can email them at Gmail, unicorncollaborators@gmail.com. And they're just fantastic people who I love very much. That said, let's get back into our. I feel like I could tell my story if you. It's been peppered in the podcast tons, but just maybe that we could kind of talk about the whole shame and religion thing. Basically, I told you kind of my religious background. So basically, I lost my virginity when I was 14. I think I just turned 15, maybe. But young, and then was so shamed about it. And this was not a fantastic human that I had sex with for my first time. Wasn't the best experience with like a partner that I really loved and cared about and wanted to make this decision to share this together. No, none of that. I was 14 and wanting to be loved, essentially. Wanting this person to like me, right? And was so intensely shamed about it that I didn't have sex for another 10 years almost.
Okay, can I ask? Because you're using a particular word. You're using shamed.
Yeah.
Not ashamed.
I was ashamed.
So you were personally ashamed, or did people shame?
Ashamed.
Okay,
Both
that's
of these
what
things
I was
occurred.
curious about. Okay.
Both of these things occurred for sure. From peers, from teachers in my Catholic school. Also, love my parents, but... And my parents, I generally consider to kind of be sex positive or wanting to be sex positive, but not maybe having the tools to convey that to their children and pass that down and maybe explore that fully for themselves. But they are my mom is the most positive person, but still the thing was like, send me to therapy because I did that.
Oh,
so that is informing me.
Yeah, that's nice.
I mean, from her perspective, she was like, I wanted to help you through this journey.
No, it would have been her version of loving you through it. 100%.
100%. But what I received was, you are broken.
You must go get fixed.
You must go fix.
Yeah, seriously.
And quite honestly, I didn't have sex for almost 10 years later, and I didn't enjoy having sex until my 30s, essentially. Late 20s, 30s.
See, this is actually one thing I love about all of us that work or talk about this conversation now as adults. We have been on this journey ourselves. There's something in this realm of sex positivity, sharing it, stepping out to share it with others and bring it up. It is like dear to us because we lived through this. Yeah. So thank you for sharing that.
Oh yeah, that's totally that's totally it. Like I didn't have my first orgasm. I'm sure this is, normalcy is relative, but I didn't have my first orgasm until I was like 27.
Yeah, no, mine was late too. So after the first enjoyable free masturbation at 7, it got hidden.
Yes.
After all that, I still did it. But I was hiding.
Me too.
And then I had sex young as well. In high school. A longer term thing. I actually did love this boy. But knew it was wrong every time. There was repentance after every time. It was like this weird, awesome sex, repentance. It was a horrible sequence. Interesting. And then for me, then shut down for years and then didn't have orgasm until 38. Now, I may have had a physical orgasm.
Right.
But
yeah, there's
no,
all different-
no sensation of it, which means no pleasure, and therefore, in my mind, no orgasm.
Yeah. There's lots
Right.
of different types
Correct.
of orgasms.
Yeah.
Like for a lot of women, all those little contractions
Correct.
are technically little
Thank
orgasms.
you, and I don't want technical orgasms.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
But that's
exactly. and we don't want to give the impression that the only orgasms that exist are those porn orgasms.
Thank you for making that exactly.
Yeah. So all
no,
types
it was
of
on
orgasms,
some
but-
registration that I could feel it. That's what I'm meaning.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's even I have variations. Thank you. I'm so glad you think to make these notes because people are out there, like so many women are wondering, can I have an
or
orgasm?
have I had?
Have I had? That was constantly for me. Is that it? Like, is that what it is?
And I think a lot of people, one thing that women are told about orgasms, you would know if you've had one.
Oh, I hate that.
And it's like,
no.
well,
who,
not
how?
necessarily.
Like, how would I know that?
Yeah.
Like,
and for me, my kind of orgasm journey, I was always, I never knew. I didn't really know, And
no, I had a woman therapist, like what would you call her? She was helping me learn my body, actually.
Yeah.
So a somatic worker, I think is the term now that I understand.
Like
physio
type.
No, she was actually like a sex coach, but physio. Like she would then. She's brilliant, such like integrity, and she helped me actually understand my body. I had no clue. I literally had no clue. And now there's like physiotherapists who are focusing in on pelvic health.
Yes, like pelvic floor therapy.
Exactly. And so they can actually help you understand the muscles and that, what's the contraction feel like? What does it feel like? That's why I talked about the disconnect between again, weaving back in the religion. Religion really emphasized that body is bad and wrong. Like body bad. Exactly.
Yeah. Body beautiful?
No.
Body bad.
And so we really have a hard time even having sensation in our bodies, even in our, like, say, bellies, or like I work with people and have them like, okay, let's just connect. Where are you feeling that in your body? So we might feel butterflies in our stomach. We'll feel neck pain. Neck and above is pretty bad, but the orgasm and awareness of it is partly because we just can't sense our bodies. So I needed some help and guidance. And what is that? That's an orgasm. Okay, I can feel it. Okay.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel like we should give some links out after the show if you kind of tell me who these...
Oh, it's Olivia Jade. She's amazing. She's out in Vancouver.
Great.
I love her. She's so kind and comforting and safe. I was scared. Like, I'm saying that because for me, that was really, really important. Here I am. I'm a grown woman. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't explain it to my husband. He doesn't know what he's doing. I can't say that because that's like, I don't want to
look like
totally
I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, I don't want to diss him. That's the other thing too. Like, I don't want to disrespect my husband. That's not going to go well in any regard. And so it was such an awful, like, I work with people now who are in misaligned marriages around their sex life because it's a hard thing to navigate.
Very hard.
So anyway, Olivia was phenomenal.
Yeah.
She took one look at me, like, because we went to work together, and she took one look at me and she's like, no, you leave. I'm going to work with her for a while.
I need to see this person right
she
now.
Needs some,
yeah, that's very interesting, all the stuff we're talking about, because I feel like religion and all this just culture, this toxic culture that is just a science word I'm trying to think of how it
pervades,
something
invades.
close.
Those aren't scientific terms, but they're coming in my brain.
We're like sponges, right?
Yeah.
And it's just osmosis. That's what I'm thinking of.
That is a scientific
even though osmosis is through water. I know science. Okay, don't tell me I don't.
I love you.
But I think that tells us, like, that informs women, female identifying people, not to explore ourselves. Yes. Not like how we can't really see our genitals.
No. They're not handy.
So
for
a
us.
lot of us don't even know what we look like.
Right.
Like, how many women, like, I have actually put a mirror down there, or like, seen other women, like had sex with other women and seeing all different types of vulvas and, all, and breasts and everything.
Yes.
It's like, we are just so, I feel like this culture stuff just has stopped women from looking at themselves, exploring themselves. Like, we're talking about masturbation and orgasm, like, I feel like a lot of women's stories are, I didn't even start masturbating until way later, or I did and was so shameful. For me, my experience with masturbation is that I was a pillow humper forever because that wasn't masturbation.
Right. Oh, I love that you're commenting that you're getting around it because you justify this. And I mean,
masturbation was wrong.
Think about, and dry humping one another or like anything but penetration. We're not having sex
in marriage to have a baby.
No fun.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
but like that was my way of like, okay, I'm not masturbating, but this feels good, and I wanted to feel self-pleasure, like body pleasure. Yeah. So that was my way of like, okay, well, I'm not masturbating because that's shameful.
Totally.
But maybe if I just do this.
Yes. and like it is insane how insidious this is into us women.
Yeah.
And like when you were talking about women even seeing other women, I'm remembering back at the gym.
Yes.
We cover up. We don't look at each other. Like, oh my gosh, when I was starting to go on my journey, I'm a little weird. I'm a small town girl also. Okay. So it explains a little bit of what I'm about to say.
Great.
I'm one who talks in the elevators. Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
How are you today? I'm her.
What floor?
I'm her. Yeah. I'm her.
Have a good day.
They're like, get me out of here. Creepy lady. Yeah, that's me. I've toned it down. I felt it out. I can read people a little bit. Anyway, and I still do it. Okay, so it's my pleasure. So in the gym, I realized, wow, we women, first of all, we don't even touch, and look at our bodies, but we don't even looking in the mirror naked. Let's not even in our vagina premises. Oh, I just honestly just opened up my legs a little. That was weird. I knew I was good because before I'm like, what can be seen?
You're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. We tested your field of view.
I swear.
Under the table is not seen. Don't worry.
So then I realized we women don't talk about our bodies with one another. We actually will do the once over of each other. You know the look. We're checking out if you're and then we assume it's a judgmental look of one another. But it's actually, we're like, oh, she looks good. Or
curious.
It's curious. We just kind of, what does she look? Oh, is that what I look? I don't know. Is that what we look like?
Mine doesn't look like that.
No, and we don't really have a clue. And so it was cool because at the gym I started to like say, oh, you look really beautiful, and I did it fairly tasteful.
You're beautiful.
But it was, so don't do that. I'm not recommending that. So, but
that's a nice thing to say to another female identified person.
Yeah, and
you're beautiful.
You look amazing. Like, and wow, like, because I'm not the most like, I love my body. I really love my body, and it could be a little tighter or stronger and whatever. It's like
body image stuff.
It's like, yeah, whatever. I love it. And so we women don't normally say these positive things to each other, and people would be like, oh wow, like they were stunned.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then running.
And then bye.
Running off to with their towel tighter.
Creepy woman.
Anyway, I'm not even sure how we got into that. Oh yeah, that we don't generally know our bodies, let alone enjoy our bodies.
Yeah, and that's a great thing that you brought up in your personal story. You're saying, so I get into this marriage about, not having an orgasm ever, and now I'm in this marriage and I'm expected to have sex with my husband, and it's supposed to be great.
Yes.
And it's like,
how
do I
I was told so this is a big deal. People are slut shamed all the time. Girls are totally, there's this weird dichotomy of like, I should look sexy, but don't be sexy. You cross the line, then you're slut. Okay, like, so what is that line? Who knows? Yeah. It changes with the whim of...
And in religion, it's like the virgin or the whore. And there's nothing in between.
No.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah. And then, so you're dealing with this. You're trying to navigate this. And then, then you get into marriage. And then it's like, he wants the freaky... What? Like, I don't even know what this is. And we're dealing with the bad wrong. Not on a conscious level even.
Yes.
So that's the thing.